Hello again. Happy that you're still here with us, and we are happy to keep bringing this information your way. So let's talk about the signs of labor. How will you know you're in labor? Now, before you're even in labor, your body, like we've probably said this earlier in our last video, that your body starts to work slowly to exit your baby. And it's a process. It doesn't happen quickly. So before you even get the actual signs of labor, you will start to see the changes in your body that will tell you that your body is working towards preparation for labor. So some of this would be, of course, your baby starts to drop into the pelvis, which is what we call engaging. You'll go to your midwife or your doctor and they'll tell you, hey, the baby has engaged. That means they've dropped into the pelvis. They don't just drop like quickly, they drop step by step. So they'll start by being just at the tip, at the top part of the pelvis, and then they'll slowly drop into the pelvis. And once your baby has engaged, you will know because all of a sudden you have a lot of space up here. So breathing becomes easier, like you don't pant as much when you take a flight of stairs. You find that you eat a lot more than you were eating before because the baby takes up a lot of space and the uterus keeps growing upwards. So you find that you are eating and you would get full very fast. You're very hungry, you get food, and you can't finish it because you're very full. So now when the baby drops, they give space to your stomach, so you appreciate a larger meal. But now the pressure comes downwards where the baby has gone because their head is right bang on top of your bladder. So you find that, well, you still use the bathroom as many times as you were, but probably a little bit more. And then for some women, they start to get pressure all around their pelvis because once the baby drops in, the pelvis starts to open up some more. So you will tell that your body is preparing when your baby drops, when you start to get all these changes. Something else that you may notice is that your weight stays the same. Or if it increases, it's very, very little. And you'll find that a lot of us, and especially midwives, don't bother to weigh you towards the last part of your pregnancy because we do understand that your weight is not significant anymore. And the reason why it stays standard or doesn't increase is because your baby is consuming a lot of everything you're giving them to put on the fat that makes them look very chubby when they're born. That's around the time they put on weight. And you'll realize that you feel heavier because your baby is really putting on weight, though it doesn't show on the weighing scale. So that's a sign that your body is preparing. Something else that happens to a lot of women is their bowels change. What do I mean by that? You find that today your bowel movement is normal, tomorrow you have a sort of diarrhea, the next day you're constipated, and it can yo-yo from, normal to constipation to diarrhea. And it's all because of the hormones being produced to prepare your birth canal. Those hormones also, they're not just distributed to the birth canal, they spread to some other systems in our bodies, and the gut gets affected by the hormones. So most times you'll have diarrhea and you'll have crampishness, think sometimes it's food poisoning, and sometimes it's very hard to distinguish between, is it my tummy that's acting up? Because as your birth canal is preparing, you also get cramp-like feelings, kind of like what you get premenstrual. You get those cramp-like feelings and you wonder, what's going on? Did I eat something wrong? But all that is part of the preparation. Then, of course, the aches and pains persist. Some women get sleepless. They can't sleep very well during the night. And all that is, part of the drill. Then you get to, once your body has prepared, then you get to the actual signs of labor. Now, the actual signs of labor will be, they're usually 4, but the 4th one, only your midwife or doctor can tell. But what you can tell is 1, you will get contractions. And contractions are tightening around your tummy. Now, contractions can start from the front, the lower part of your belly, going all the way to the back. Some women feel them start from the back and come to the front, but you get that and the tightness is all around your belly, if not at least the lower part. And that can go on for a while, okay? You could break your water. And when you break your water, it's not an emergency. The baby doesn't run immediately, so don't panic. The water needs to be clear though. And if it's not, then you need to consult your midwife or your doctor. But when the water breaks, it simply means 30 minutes to 30 hours. And yes, I said 30 hours from now, you will go into labor. Yeah. So just give it time. Give it time. We'll talk a little bit more about water breaking and what you should watch out for. But yeah, there you have it. If water breaks, it means 30 minutes to 30 hours before labor starts. Then the other sign is you may lose your mucus plug. Now the cervix, which is the doorway from the uterus, starts as a canal that is plugged with mucus. And as it prepares to exit the baby, you could lose that blob of mucus. And it's something that you can't miss out. And sometimes, depending on how well the cervix is preparing, it could come out bloody, kind of like a light period. And it's mostly because the blood vessels around the cervix are breaking as it's stretching and thinning. So that is another sign. So you will be expecting contractions, you'll be expecting your water to break, or you'll be expecting the mucus plug with or without blood. Now let me mention that when the mucus plug, you lose a mucus plug, it could be days before your labor starts. If it has blood, it could be days or hours. So again, these signs, as much as we call them actual signs, they're not the kind of things that happen and you have to run to the hospital. Now, there are signs that labor is imminent. But have you ever met those women who say, I was in labor for 3 days? This is exactly what happens. They got a sign, and before labor got to be what we call established, they had that lengthy early part of it. So next time you hear a woman saying they were in labor for 3 days, don't panic and wonder, oh my God, what will I do with 3 days? It's just the early part can be pretty lengthy, but it does not stop you from doing anything. So there you have it. Early labor. Yeah. What you look out for is the pre-labor signs, and if you're already experiencing them, that just shows you that your body is working. And then you're also looking for the actual signs, and that just shows you you're closer and closer to your baby's birth. So for now, thanks for watching. Enjoy and subscribe.